Today, I want to show you how you can set up native haptic feedback inside of your WeWeb mobile application using the Despia plugin. It's super simple, so let's get right started with it. Now, first of all, we want to have a button or something that should trigger the haptic feedback. So in this example, I'm just going to go to the basic elements and I'm going to look for a button. Just like that, and I'm going to drag the button right inside of here. Now, it is very important that we have the Despia plugin component inside of our application. Now, if you don't know how to get it, you want to download this Despia plugin from the WeWeb marketplace. And if you have downloaded that, you should be able to go to your library, and then you should be able to click on this little book symbol here, and you should see Despia provider as an added library inside of your project, confirming that you have downloaded that dependency. Now, if you close that library overview, you can now go and click on add element, and now you go on assets, and now if you have added it, you will see Despia provider, Despia native, and you can drag this Despia component on the top of your page. You can do this for a new page or for an existing page. Best practice is put it on the top of the page so you can clearly see if the page has the component or not. Now, with us having that component added to the page, this now gives us the ability to add native functionalities such as haptic feedback as a workflow. So let's go to this button here and let's go on our workflows. Let's add a new workflow that will be on click. And now I can look for execute component action. And now in this component action, I will select the component. This will be the Despia plugin component. And now I'm going to select the action. So we need to look for haptic, trigger haptic feedback, no callback. And now we have various modes that we can use. We can use heavy for a heavy haptic feedback. Or we can use light for light haptic feedback. We can also use success for success haptic feedback sequence. We can also use warning to use the warning haptic feedback sequence, and we can also use error to use the error haptic feedback sequence. You can also make the mode dynamic and bind that to a variable or to an API response if you want. Now, let's just unbind this though. Let's just go here with heavy. That is usually the default one that you will use for most normal button haptic feedback events. Now, I can just name this. Let's call this heavy haptic, just like that, and now I'm running haptic feedback in my application. Let's close this, and now we can deploy our WeWeb application. And now the nice thing is, because Despia supports updates over the air, I have now added a native functionality that will run natively on the device directly from the WeWeb editor. I do not need to go to Despia and publish the application again. That is not needed. All I need to do is I need to go in WeWeb, deploy the WeWeb application. Now I can go back into the WeWeb mobile application. I will open that application, and because Despia supports updates over the air, you will see the button and it will have haptic feedback if I click on it. Now it's hard to show that in a video, but it will have haptic feedback. Try it out for yourself. That's how simple it is to add native haptic feedback inside of your WeWeb mobile application using the Despia plugin. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.